Oh, let me back up from the mic so I don't blow you guys out and then get the other thing started up here. It's Thursday night. You're right here. I'm one half of We Are Resilient. We Are War. Michael Geary, aka the leader and founder of Hellfish Haven, will be with us in a second. There he is now.
Hello, hello.
Mike, how's it going?
Not too shabby. Just trying to get the Bluetooth hooked up.
Bluetooth. Very nice. Very nice. I got Bob Savin from Irreverent Warrior checking in. Bob, how are you doing? I'm going to order one of those coins tonight, brother. So, my name is Travis Parrington. I am a Marine Corps veteran and host of Oscar Mike Radio. I am joined by my colleague in arms, Michael Geary, Army National Guard veteran and founder and executive director of Hellfish Haven. We are resilient. We are war. We've got a special guest tonight, Mike. We've talked hockey before. We've talked Bruins hockey before. But now we've got like an actual veterans hockey group here in the state of Massachusetts. And Kristin joins us from the Boston Warriors Hockey League. Kristin, Russell, welcome to We Are Resilient.
You. Thanks for having me on.
This is awesome. I mean, is it ever a bad time for hockey, Kristin? Is it ever
Never.
a bad? Never?
We count down for hockey.
Love it. Love it. And the Bruins started last night. I'm sure we'll get into that here in a second. But, you served in the military. So why don't you start off with telling us, a little bit about your service, and then we'll jump into the Boston Warriors, hockey league or team.
Sure. So I am also a Marine Corps veteran.
Hoorah.
I served 8 years. I was in public affairs. Most people don't know what that means. So I just tell them, hey, if you're a fan of Full Metal Jacket, you know who the Joker is? Well, that was my job.
You were Private Joker?
I was Private Joker. But better.
Joining us as well too tonight.
So what's that like, right? You're out in the field and you've got to, we're in the dirt and the dust, we're sweaty and nasty, and you've got to get us to perform on camera to get some good shots. What's that like?
Well, some people are easier to work with than others. Others need a little bit more coaching. But we're trained to train you guys and make you look good on camera. So.
Awesome. We've got Elsa checking in, and Mark Holmes of Reapers Detailing and Power Washing checking in, supporter of Oscar Mike Radio and owner of Reaper. Yeah, he will clean your car. I'm sure he can clean ice too. So you did that, right? And you get out, and how was your transition getting out?
It was a struggle for me, honestly. So when I got out, I did the usual. I went back to college. Did that whole Adam Sandler back to school vibe, moved around.
I do know that very well.
Yeah. So I think for anyone, the biggest challenge with transitioning out of the military is losing that sense of belonging and that camaraderie that you had while you were in.
You do that, and you get it back. And we could spend like a good half hour just on that whole, normalization process, right? From being in that high speed MOS, doing these things at a very high level to, getting out and starting your life over again. We won't do that now. Maybe we'll do it like on the podcast, the Oscar Mike Radio one. But, I got approached about 2.5 months ago about this thing called the Boston Warriors hockey team in the hockey league. And as we understood it, a veterans hockey league has been created for veterans on the ice. So my first thought was when I got to talk with you, because, hey, your leader like left you this to do. It was great. How did you get involved in all this?
So, I'll start by explaining kind of what warrior hockey is, because bigger picture, so warrior hockey is dedicated to helping disabled or injured veterans in the game of ice hockey, whether they played before or they're interested in playing, and kind of adapting it to their abilities and their skills. And there's over 40 teams, 40 Warriors teams all across the country. There was a lot of talk about starting a Boston team for quite a few years. I've lived in Massachusetts for probably the last 2 years. So there was a bunch of talk about it. No one really pulled the trigger on it because there are a couple of different veterans hockey organizations in the area. But I think the benefit of starting an actual Boston Warriors team is kind of that you have that wider outreach. You are able to build that network, not just locally, but across the country. So we play on the ice here, we practice together, we network, and we build those relationships as a team, put together a team to play in the local adult hockey leagues. But then we also get the opportunity to travel to different states and participate in tournaments that other Warrior hockey teams are hosting.
So, Mike, I'm thinking about this, and one of the guests I've had on Oscar Mike Radio is a gentleman by the name of Guy Bensing, and he served in the Navy, and he's from the St. Louis area, and it's the St. Louis equivalent.
Yes. So there is a St. Louis Blues team. We are actually looking to hopefully attend their tournament that they're doing in February. But that's going to be pending, the financial situation and seeing how we can fund getting the team out there and the entry fee and everything that goes along with that.
So Mark Holmes asked in the chat, Kristin, can we make donations to the hockey club?
Absolutely. So we just started up a website. It's a little basic because we're still working on building it out, but that is bostonwarriors.org. And there's a spot on there where you can contact us and we can take care of however you want to do it, whether it's a donation, a monetary donation, or we are also looking for different equipment donors or items to auction off to raise funds, things like those.
Okay. Because, ice time's not cheap. Equipment's definitely not cheap. My sons played hockey and, holy moly, Kristin. I mean, sticks are a piece of wood to hit a puck is like, $300.
Right. And those players who have been playing hockey for a while, they already have their equipment. It's not such a big deal for them. But in order for us to reach more veterans and offer them the opportunity to play with us, it's a really big investment to start up playing hockey.
Mike, do you have any thoughts on this? Because this is just my wheels are turning right now.
So my hockey experience doesn't go much past the pond and being a fan in the stands. So I just enjoy that other people can do it. I have no interest in myself in going on the ice. I was a soccer player myself growing up, but like the hockey and dealing with getting whacked on the boards. I mean, we did indoor soccer, but that was nothing compared to the speed that somebody's coming at you on the ice. So no, thank you on that. Like,
well,
I commend you guys for going for that.
Fortunately, there's no checking in our league. So I have gotten in trouble a couple of times for checking, but honestly, any ref who's seen me on the ice before, they know that I'm not trying to check. I'm just trying to stay on my feet.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's the other thing. Stopping on the ice, I don't know how people do it.
Right.
Like, that's one thing I'm fearing about. Like when my daughter gets old enough to go ice skating, I'm going to be like, I don't know how to stop, and I don't know how to tell her that.
So Mark Holmes says he wants a sweatshirt, Kristin. Can he, so he can wear it to games? And is asking, can he get one from the website? I didn't know, so I just wanted to put that out there because people are asking.
So it's not on the website yet. It is something that I'm working on. And we should have like an online store set up in the next week or so.
Nice. Because look, I was telling Kristin before, we came on, that logo, Mike, is fire. It's like Paul Revere, got ripped.
I'm checking it out right now.
That's and you, so you, wait a minute.
Looks nice.
You play, Kristin? You play hockey?
Yes.
Well, hello. I mean, like, what position and how do you like it?
So I normally play wing. So my son plays travel hockey, And actually, one of the rinks that he used to play at, they decided to do a adult learn to play, and we got all the hockey moms in the organization to sign up, and we took over that adult learn to play session. It was all the hockey moms. And after that, I ended up joining an adult league, and that was in Cincinnati. And then I've kind of been on and off the ice ever since then.
So how do you like the game itself? How do you like it when you're out there playing?
So when I'm sitting there waiting for the game to start and to hit the ice, I get real nervous because I'm like, am I going to stay on my feet today? Am I going to get hit today? So I always get real anxious. But once you start playing, that like all goes away, and it really does become an outlet almost for me. So you just forget about everything when you're on the ice.
So we got David Williams checking in saying that, he's healing up, will be ready for next week. We got Elsa checking in from Western Mass, just saying that you're a badass, Kristin. So you've got your first game next Friday, right? The 20th?
Yes.
All right, tell us about that.
So we will be playing at the Bach Ice Center, and that's against the Rucks to Pucks at 8:20 p.m. I know it's a little late, but wear your sweatshirts, bring your blankets, come out and watch the team play. We're going to have a photographer out there at that game getting some awesome photos for us, and we are really looking forward to it.
No, I can't make the 20th. I know you have another game in November, right?
Yes. Yep. So normally we end up right now, depending on ice time and what we're able to get, we have one Friday night each month that we have scheduled.
So I will be at the November one, no doubt. But the 20th one, I mean, you guys must be excited to see this all come together and actually get on the ice and have some fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work behind the scenes, just getting the organization up and running, the actual business legal paperwork and getting established as a nonprofit, and
that's definitely
then
the
trying
longest
to
part.
With players. Yeah, so it's finally coming together step by step, and we're really excited to watch the organization grow and to bring more veterans into it, and really build up that camaraderie and that family.
What's that been like, watching the veterans come together and starting to see them, enjoy this whole experience?
It's always been really rewarding. So the first Warriors team that I was involved in was the Tampa Warriors, and because I lived down in Florida for about a year, so that was my first experience with the Warriors and kind of learning what they were and what their organization stood for. And honestly, I was not in a good spot in my personal life at the time. And I had to travel almost 2 hours to go out there and play hockey with them. But from the first minute I showed up, they were so welcoming, and they made me feel accepted. And after that practice, I had people checking in on me. So I instantly was able to connect and build those relationships. And it really, when I was really down and out, they're like, hey, come out, grab your skates, let's play hockey. And that, at least in the moment, that was a lifesaver.
That's fantastic, man. I mean, Mike, this is kind of, the whole thing, the theme about resilience is you got to be a resilient person to play hockey. It's not an easy sport, and it takes teamwork. I mean, there's a whole lot we can learn from this.
Having that, the buildup of the camaraderie and having that outlet to have, to be able to be yourself and to be out there, with others that are like-minded. It's just, right. I feel like that's probably the best part for you guys.
Yeah. Well, and the second best part is if you think normal hockey players like to talk trash, you should hear veteran hockey players.
Oh, I can't even imagine. We've got Bill Sheridan with the Till Valhalla truck checking in tonight. Bill, how are you doing? Great to see you. I'm like, there's no way I can get back to see the first game. I can't wait for the November game. Do people need to buy tickets or anything else like that to come to the game?
Nope, they can just show up at the rink and dress warm.
I think
and be ready to go.
The other thing I like, Mikey, is, a lot of times our brothers and sisters say, well, there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go on Friday night. I'm bored. I'm all alone. I'll just go down to the bar. I don't want to do that either. But you've got like a place to go now and cheer other veterans on who are playing a difficult game. I mean, how cool is that?
You guys said you do what, once a month?
Once a month. Or, you can put on some skates and come play with us.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I'm like Mike. I mean, I can get going. It's the whole stopping thing that freaks me out. I've got a lot of mass on me, Kristin.
We'll stick you on defense.
Or goaltender.
Or goalie.
Yeah. In Yuma, they had a roller hockey league, and that's what I did. I played goaltender. So Betty Belfour was one of my heroes, and Dominic Hasek, yeah, all those guys. So we have to ask, are you a Bruins fan? It's okay.
I am actually a Rangers fan. I've always been a Rangers fan. I catch a lot of slack for that. I grew up in Maine. You would think I would be a New England fan for all sports, and I am not for pretty much any of them. So
Barbara checking in. Barbara is one of the ones who got me turned on to the Boston Warriors hockey. How are you doing, Barbara? And David Williams tells me there's boards that will help you stop. Well, yeah, but I don't want to make that a habit, right? I mean,
you don't want to look at the Kool-Aid guy going through the boards too,
or over the boards. That's painful. It's hard enough as it is. And so, do you play on the team with the guys?
So I am on the team. I missed the last practice. It's hard for me to get out to a lot of the practices because unfortunately my son also practices on Friday nights. But I'm hoping to be able to get out there to some of the events and be able to participate.
Well, fantastic. So again, and we're good for time here. We got like 10 minutes left, folks. Look, she's Oscar Mike. She's got, I don't know how she does it, but she's a hockey mom, so she's awesome. So how can people find out more about Boston Warriors hockey, and how can they help again?
Sure. So if you go to our website, bostonwarriors.org, there's a couple things you can do. You can send us an email. There's like a contact us page that will send us a message, and we can kind of address any of the information you're looking for. And there's also a link on there for player registration. So anyone who is interested in playing or learning more about playing, they can fill that out. I'll get a notification in my email that someone's filled it out, and then we will connect with them. We'll put them into our Facebook group with all of our players, and that Facebook group is where we tend to share like the practice dates and locations and all of that information.
Okay, I've popped the link to the website and the Facebook page in the chat here, ladies and gentlemen. Just click on that, like, share, and subscribe for certain.
I just signed up for the Facebook page myself.
Nice. Yeah, we want to support you. I mean, yeah, Barbara, the website is up. I'm going to paste the link again in the chat. This is awesome. We got a lot of people checking in tonight. So want to make sure the word gets out there. You're a mom. You're a wife, your mother. You got a lot going on, but you've made time for this. And you're starting out on this. I mean, what's this do for you when you're dealing with all the life stuff, but get to do this as well?
Well, like I was telling you about my experience with the Tampa Warriors, that's a big part of what drives me to want to do this and to be involved with starting up the team here in Boston, because I know that it can make a positive impact and it can change veterans' lives if they get involved. And I think that's really what drives me and keeps me going with this whole process. Awesome.
So you all are having your first game next Friday night, October 20th at the Bach Arena, 8:20 p.m. The puck drops, and then it's game on.
Game on.
Now wait a minute. Now who'd you guys get to ref this? That's the question. Who are the refs?
Are they local? Are they paid off?
You might want to slide them a
Can
20
they be?
before the game.
That's
Maybe
what I'm
a beer or
saying.
two.
Hey, there's this pack of there's this 6-pack out by the locker door.
We
I
left it
wonder
by
how
the
that got
locker
there.
room.
I wonder how that got there. So wait a minute. Now, Kristin, we're veterans, we're military. Now I don't drink myself, but I have to think, put my Marine Corps hat on. If there's a chance for beer to be involved, it has to be after the game too, right? Is there anything going on after the game?
So nothing is planned right now, but you never know what's going to happen. I mean, adult hockey in general tends to be a beer league, so to say. Hopefully, our players will use their discretion when drinking before the game.
I would hope so.
I can't
And then what they
imagine
decide to do
sharp
after,
skates and
that's
booze.
on them.
Well, so it was, one night I'm driving by Bavis Arena in Rockland, Massachusetts. It's near where I live. And I had just, what it was my son had a 6 p.m. practice on Saturday night. And then, running kids around. I'm like, I'm coming back around 10 o'clock at night. And there's all the adults in the parking lot with their gear on, drinking, lighting cigars with the music going. There was a party after the game. The game was just a vehicle to have a party.
It's
And
like
that's,
living in the barracks again.
yeah, exactly. So, some things never get old. Some things never get old. Well, I think one of the things that we really want to have you all on and talk about this, there goes my phone, is this aspect of doing something. Yeah, maybe you're lonely. Maybe you're, looking for something to do. You can do something that you're going to have to be accountable for. You got to be accountable to play hockey. You got to show up. And then you're a team again with a crew. I mean, and this is a nationwide thing. Like the NHL teams are getting behind this. I think
Right.
because I was going to ask you this. Guy was telling me that the St. Louis Blues actually do a lot to support their veterans affiliate. So I just have to ask: is there a plan to see if the Bruins will do the same?
Well, that is definitely something we've been considering. We're trying to build the program up a little bit and get established before approaching them for a partnership. But that's kind of why our colors are the colors they are in our logo. And hopefully in the future, that will become an actual thing.
Fantastic.
We'd love to partner with them.
Mike, any other questions for Kristin? I mean, you filled in beautifully, Kristin.
Is it going to be folks from, what areas are allowed to join this league?
So even though it's a Boston team, honestly, if you're within driving distance, if you're willing to make the drive, then you can come play with us. If you're New Hampshire, you want to make the drive, sure. If you're in Rhode Island, you want to make that long drive, sure. Myself and a few other players were actually over towards Springfield, so it is about an hour and a half drive for us. But if you're willing to make the drive, then we will welcome you.
Well, we were supposed to talk to Darren tonight, but he was on assignment, and kind of like hockey, the center sprains his ankle. The second line guy has to step in, and you have done beautifully tonight. You have hit every shot for the upper right corner of the goalpost. Kristin, you've absolutely nailed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So again, I'm with Michael Geary, founder and executive director of Hellfish Haven and Army National Guard veteran. My name is Travis Parrington, Marine Corps veteran, host of Oscar Mike Radio. We are so happy to have on Kristin from the Warriors Hockey, Boston Warriors Hockey Club. Their first game is next Friday, folks. Next Friday, 8:20 p.m. Puck drop, Bach Arena. Let's show up and be there for them. And I can't wait to see you guys play in November. Well, hopefully we can have you back on, like maybe in December or whatever, to give us an update. We're
awesome.
pumped. We're excited for you, and all the best, Kristin. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, we are resilient. We are WAR. We thank you all for joining. All the links are there, and please, let's support this veterans organization. We're out.
In about 35 minutes is going to be something broadcasting.
Oh, I keep forgetting that, Mikey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In about 35 minutes, Oscar Mike Radio, hosted by yours truly, drops. I'm talking with Tony Aubrey from Operation Vet Now, which coincidentally, Kristin, Operation Vet Now has ambassador athletes to spread the word about veterans advocacy and other things. So maybe, just maybe, there's a marriage there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, I come up at the 8 o'clock hour. Come back and check me out. Check out Hellfish Haven, and we're here for you. Go Warriors. That's as David Williams says, go Warriors. And we're out. Good night.